the advertisement potential is huge. Not only can you do the typical stuff like banners, billboards, expos, you're talking about a lot of merchandise that's sitting on the tables, and the cameras are constantly on it. You can put logos on your keyboard, on the computers, on people's jerseys like soccer. You're covered in logos on the back of the casting studio, on the back of the gaming booth. It's going to be plastered with sponsored logos, and sponsors have already recognized the value of investing into this because there's just so many eyeballs on esports, and it's only continuing to grow. The biggest example I can give you is the GSL hosted by Korea. It is sponsored by Sony Ericsson, 150,000 US every month. Sony's committed to that, and they're already in season 3, and it's a huge success. Everyone around the world tunes into this, and even local homegrown companies like AsiaSoft is organizing huge tournaments, 5-digit, 6-digit tournaments. The thing is the advertisement dollars is there, and I know once that comes in, there's a lot that can be done with it. The question is what will you do with it? The esports community, from what I have seen, is as strong as any fraternity. I studied in the University of Toronto, and it's as strong as the fraternities there. These esports communities, these people are passionate for their games. The thing is they need guidance. And they need to know that esports there is the dark side to esports. There are people who play till 4 a.m., the people who fail school, and that's what's portrayed by the media. That's not what I want to portray. There's actually a lot of good things that esports does. It trains critical thinking. If you're playing a first-person shooter, you need to have very, very good 3D spatial. If you're playing a strategy game, you need to make split-second decisions. Very, very good critical thinking. And there's so many other reasons I could give. These are the values you need to promote. And it would only be heard by the youth, by the community, if it is spoken by their peers, not by some, excuse my language, by some 50-year-old who they think is their dad, and then they think they're just nagging at them. We need heroes of their own age group speaking to them. And that is the way I feel I can impact them. That's how I feel I can contribute, because I was a gamer too, and I lost, I think, 2-3 years of my life to really, really bad gaming, and I see it being repeated, and it shouldn't be. So that's why I'm putting all this effort into the Mothership Studios, getting the community together, and then promoting this message. And I need your help. The thing is, the funding required for this would not be cheap. I would need studios, I would need equipment, I would need to hire people, I would need to hire casters, and all the back end, and the biggest thing to promote this, in order to create the heroes of every esports, not just for StarCraft 2, but for every different game genre I can create. They all have all different communities, from console games to PC games to whatever. Different communities for that. You need to have heroes for that. And the only way you create heroes is by creating events, like offline tournaments that I created. Like, I envision every 3 months, every school holiday basically, or maybe a week after the school holidays, such that they can do qualifiers during school holidays and then have the tournament. But those are details we can work out. But having a big tournament on a public setting, like maybe in the ground floor of Illuma Bugis or in Funan, the IT mall, and getting the public attention, and then promoting the idea that esports has the good side. Focus on the good side. Focus on your studies. Focus on your work. But when you play, also play hard. And the thing is with all the community problems that the ministers have been talking about in the newspapers, it really burdens my heart also, because a lot of the youths, they don't really have communities. So they join these gangs, and then they do stupid things with it. The thing is esports has this way of really drawing together large communities together, and they're all connected. And if they're connected, if they engage, and it's towards a healthy goal, healthy direction of focusing on your work, focusing on games, because you need a lot of focus for games. I tell you, if students focus half as strongly as they do on games into their studies, they'll all be A+ students. So I need your help. It's not going to be cheap, but hopefully we can work something out, and thank you for taking the time to listen to me.